It's the Toy Story mentality. Toy Story mentality. Hey, Toy Story mentality. We're going to the movies. Ben, I can't believe I was shamed this week on Twitter because I admitted, although really it's my fault, that I hadn't seen any of the first 3 Toy Story movies. I mean, everyone was like, who the hell is this guy? Where does he get off? Why does he suck? And
yeah, and I was one of those chiming in, just what is wrong with this guy?
In my defense, I didn't have a good movie watching childhood, although I was a little bit more grown. I wasn't quite a little kid by that point, but still, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I watched new animateds now. I would just sort of missed the boat on this series, although I did see parts, and
okay,
and so I know what it is.
Yeah, they're toys that come to life when the kid is not around, and
that was the extent of my knowledge. Although I think I saw parts of part 3 and parts of 1. I think 2 I didn't know at all.
Yeah.
But here in this episode, we are going to cover the entire trilogy in anticipation for Toy Story 4, of which I've already reserved my ticket for this weekend. So you may get a Toy Story 4 episode coming up shortly.
You may, and it might come out even before this episode.
Hey-yo.
Who the hell knows?
That's a great...
We don't know.
That's really good planning.
Yes. We are great at planning here at Blockbuster Mentality. But yeah, it
worst.
broke my heart and soul when I found out you never had seen Toy Story. I even suggested it for top 50 movies, I believe. It was one of my choices for that.
And of course, we know The Notebook 1.
Exactly.
They'll be decided number 50. But the animated here was okay. I don't want to say. Lion King. I think we both agreed that was the better. It became Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and Lion King.
Right. And we went Lion King.
And I still feel, even after seeing again, or seeing for the first time, and even watching the trilogy, and rewatching Lion King, I still think Lion King is the best of the 3.
No, I agree. I agree with you there, Dave.
Yeah.
You were right there.
But there were not sequels to Lion King, I don't think it lends itself as well. We're seeing a reboot,
right? Yeah,
soft reboot, remake,
live action remake. I think is what they're calling it.
I don't know that it lends itself quite enough to sequels,
right?
But Toy Story does, and here obviously we're on movie number 4.
Movie number 4, which I thought they were done at 3. They were not. Similar to how I thought I was done with 2 kids, and then I had a third. And now I think I'm done with 3. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that is what happens. But yeah, Toy Story. I've been watching it since I was a kid. 1 and 2 came out in the 90s. 3 didn't come out until I think 2010.
Correct. Yeah,
is when that one came out. So yeah, it was a long gap between 2 and 3.
But I like how the movie treats the time linearly.
Yeah, I do too.
As time passes, the main Andy ages.
Right. That's great. Especially get that with Toy Story 3. You get that age gap. In the first one, he's got a birthday and everything. I think he's turning like 6 or 7.
Something
I don't think they define it, but yeah, by the third one, he's going off to college. Right. And the toy characters develop along the way.
So looking at
no, go ahead.
Toy Story 4. Do we know the rough timeline here? Do we know?
I don't know. Okay. I mean, I know they're just with the new girl they were with at the end of Toy Story 3.
Right, when Andy hands off the toys. So
right.
We got to see Andy here, right?
I would assume so.
He'd be roughly in his late 20s by now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, this is 9 years later, so yeah, you would think so. Maybe he's got kids of his own. Maybe the toys end up with his kids. Hey-o, indeed.
This little girl who's now older is going to be protective of
that's true. That's true, too. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to hear your thoughts on, all 3 of these films.
Yeah, I'm interested in my thoughts as well, because I don't really know what I'm going to say here.
Yeah, we'll find out. So, I mean, let's start with the first one. So, I mean, the first one, obviously you got, that's...
is this the first? I saw on Twitter. Is this the first fully computer animated film?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, Pixar was. Yeah. This was the first fully computer animated film.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it still holds up today.
I think it does too. I mean, it's light on details,
right?
You can see how as animation has progressed, you add like a wrinkle here, or just instead of the wall just being a single color wall, they add something to it, texture,
exactly,
or a painting or something like that.
Yeah, I think if you look at Toy Story 1 versus Toy Story 3, you can see the more vibrant colors in 3 and the more details, and you can see that it's better animation, but
definitely,
but 1 is still holds up.
Although absolutely. Although even as they progress, in some ways you lose something because they're playing with shadows a little bit. It's like they almost do a little too much.
Right. Yeah.
The simplicity and effectiveness of the first Toy Story is definitely there. It's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the main theme of the first one is change. Obviously you got Woody, who's the main toy. He's the head honcho of the group. He's the sheriff. And then this toy comes along. This other toy, this space toy. That
more
took
features
over the Cowboys, which I like that, Toy Story 2 highlights on, once Sputnik goes up, the kids want
space.
Yeah, they want space toys.
The old West isn't cool anymore.
Exactly. Change, is a big part of the first one. Woody's gotta find out what person or what toy he's going to be. I mean, obviously we're talking about toys that come to life. It seems silly, but I think the themes of the movie are important and are relatable. Because Woody, amazing character development in this movie, with Woody and Buzz and everything.
Definitely, he's a little bit evil here in the beginning.
Yeah,
he's like, really jealous of Buzz.
Absolutely.
And he basically gets him kicked out of the house.
Yep, he does. Yeah.
Like sort of half intentional, half unintentional.
Right,
like he didn't really want that to happen to him.
Right.
But he gets him out.
Right.
And legit, which is nice is that the community of toys, they condemn Woody.
Yeah.
I love this.
Murderer!
Yeah. And I think that's sort of the heart of the movie.
Yeah.
Is this little bit of a community, I think.
Definitely,
This little village of toys, and this cast of characters, and this great, lineup of actors.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom Hanks as Woody, Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear, Don Rickles as Potato Head. We even had, Ernest, Jim Varney as Slinky Dog.
Yep. In the first one.
Yeah, he's now passed.
Yep.
Wallace Shawn as Rex, who's still kicking. John Ratzenberger, Nami. As Ham, you get all these great voices, and you recognize most of them. It feels at home.
Definitely, yeah. They add so much to the story, and just like they're just so likable, And
Arlie Ermy,
is the army guy.
Laurie Metcalf. Sorry, I'm just rolling.
No, it's great. Yeah, Laurie Metcalf is the mom, right?
Yep. And Penn Jillette was in this as well. So just great. And I think we mentioned this I'm not sure when this episode will be released, but in the 90s is pretty much when they started doing earnest in cast, realizing that they can grab an audience if you throw a name up on the poster
exactly
that you want to listen to. And it does really make for a much more enjoyable experience.
And as I said in the other episode, I think the first one was Aladdin with Robin Williams, and I think that kind of kicked off having big names in animated films.
Of course, in Lion King later after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Going and going and going.
Yeah, it's like, why not?
Yeah.
Thinking,
I don't know, maybe I mentioned this before, but Lion King was 94 and this was 95. Definitely, a total transition from classic animation to computer.
Yeah.
And well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really well done.
Very well done.
This could have been a shaky start.
Yeah. Love the music from Randy Newman in this movie. It's where you get the famous "You Got a Friend in Me" song.
Yeah.
And then I love the song when once Buzz comes and is there, and then you got the strange things are happening to me song. It's just Woody's going through these changes, like Andy's loving this new toy, and Woody's got to deal with that. He's no longer the head honcho.
So you're gonna hate me here. That's where I tune out.
Yeah, the music, I know. Yeah.
Because I suck.
Yes.
And I refuse to accept any joy in my life.
Why? Well, I mean, what is it about music?
I love music, but it just feels so forced. Okay, I have a problem now, and I'm singing about that problem here.
In this movie, it's not. They're not. The toys aren't singing.
I know,
it's just,
but now's the time.
General thing. What do you think about Buzz thinking he's an actual space ranger?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I love that.
Tim Allen. I mean, I love Tim Allen in general, but I think he's perfect for this. Just because it's so funny because in many of his roles, he plays the oblivious guy, and he's the oblivious character here, and it comes across perfect.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's why I think this movie's about change too. Because I mean, he's gonna have to change. He's gonna have to realize he's a toy, and he's got a purpose. He's not this space ranger he thinks he is, and the realization of that, similar to the realization that Woody comes to, is that I'm not always going to be Andy's favorite toy. You know, and I'm not always going to be that. The head, again, the head honcho, the go-to toy. So
tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love just the message it sends. It's Woody finds out that he finds out what friendship means, what working together means, and that's what they find out when they get with Sid, the evil boy neighbor next door. He's because blowing up GI Joes and
just torture.
Yeah.
And because you think of as a kid, it's obviously it's just an inanimate object, right? But if they're real, then this is actual torture and murder,
right? Exactly.
And these poor toys and this is what gets me. It just kind of makes me laugh, and I know it's just the logic of the movie, but no matter what, they will go still when there's a human around.
Right.
I don't know what this is. There must be the law of toy handed on from on high from the toy god or something, but they all obey this law.
Because even Buzz, who doesn't know he's a toy, still turns into a toy, an inanimate object when humans come along. So
until it becomes too much.
Yes.
And Woody rallies the toys.
Oh, I love that. This is so great.
I love the introduction of the bad dog, all this stuff, and when Woody they get trapped up in this psycho teenager. Oh, did you see the poster? It's called Mega Dork.
Yeah,
it's great. But when they get trapped in there, there's all these misfigured toys, the baby head on the spider.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of scary and creepy.
Definitely.
But then you realize that they're not actually bad. They're like him.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean,
they're scared too.
Right. Yeah. They're scared too. They're there to help. Which they obviously do at the end. Love the little interaction with Buzz and Woody when Buzz gets knocked out the window and then Woody goes to try to get him. He gets him because Andy takes Woody with him to Pizza Planet because Buzz got shot out of the window, I believe. Anyways, but yeah, I love that little interaction when Buzz says, you're a sad, strange little man. It's funny.
Right, they end up in the car.
Right,
or they get and then they grab the pizza delivery guy who takes them back to the pizza place where things are going to go.
Right.
It's a fun adventure, and it reminds me of not Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but sort of.
Yeah, it's got that. I
almost want to go on a ride where it's like I'm a mini,
right,
or I'm a toy.
Definitely. And then when they get in the crane machine with all those aliens, it doesn't seem like they know they're toys either because they see Buzz Lightyear is kind of like their savior. Ooh,
that was great.
I always loved those little aliens as a kid.
Thank you. You saved our life, or whatever they say. There's the one where they're doing the whack-a-mole in the arcade, where it looks like sort of like a call or a reference to Alien.
Oh yeah.
Guys like in a spacesuit, and
yeah, that was good.
Some movie references here and there. For the adults, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get captured by Sid, and then Sid,
it's gonna blow them up.
Yeah, gonna blow them up.
It's pretty simple here. You're gonna die.
And that's when Buzz comes to the realization that he is a toy. He sees a commercial of himself,
Yeah.
And that's when you get another song when he tries to fly. I don't know if you watched this part.
Yeah,
Good God.
Yeah. Fast
You
forward
just have no heart.
No, it's the worst guy in the world.
Anyways, yeah, it's an emotional moment when Buzz tries to fly and realizes
That's what I've
he's
heard,
not he's not gonna fly anymore. You know,
I mean, we could just show this through his facial expressions and emotions. We don't need to go through a whole 5-minute detour.
But I just love the friendship that gets built. Woody, is trying to rally him. It's a hard-won
friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, because he's like you're the cool action toy. You got karate chop action. You are a cool toy. I just got a pull string. This is where Woody comes to the realization that we need to team up. This isn't about who's the favorite toy.
Yeah, so Woody's got to do that, but then Buzz has got to be like, well, you got me in this spot. You knocked me out of the house. I was the favorite.
Right.
And so he's got to come around too.
Right, yeah.
So both of them have to kind of find their way.
This movie just has great... honestly, we're talking about toys, but just the character development, which is something I always criticize people for saying, there was no character development in a film. Yeah. But this is a great example of having great character development. This is, one of those movies where it's like, okay, this is what character development means.
Agree.
Because both characters at the beginning of the film are totally different than what they are at the end of the film.
Yeah, I mean, to infinity and beyond mindlessness, to I'm aware of my surroundings and I'm not this toy. Yeah,
how great! I mean, that's a famous line too. How great is that line? To great. Infinity and beyond.
You say that whenever you're completely sure of yourself and you're totally wrong.
Well, and I love that too because he does that little flying scene, at the very beginning to prove to Woody he can fly, and he's like, "That's not falling. That's not flying. That's falling with style," which obviously it was. And then Hilarious. At the end, you have that moment where they get shot in the rocket, and Woody's like, "You're flying." He's like, "No, this isn't flying. This is falling with style." So it's like you get again, amazing character development, and that's why I think this is a great. The theme of this movie for me is change.
Absolutely,
it's about that, and then obviously I think the theme of the whole trilogy is friendship, and that's
and growing up for everybody,
right? Yeah,
it's for Andy and the toys,
definitely.
Most of the toys, anyway.
Yeah, and they end up with Andy, and they're happily ever after, and then they find out there's a dog. At the end,
I thought it was adorable though.
Yeah, it was adorable. I love the moment when they're it's a birthday party and they're talking on the baby monitor. The army guys are saying like what each present is because each toy is scared that it's going to be something that'll compete with them. Yeah. I love those moments in this movie. It's just each moment. I'm so just.
Is that how we start part number 2? Or is that...
No, that was still number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So number 1, I mean, might as well give. Do you have a rating for each film, or do you just have a rating for each trip?
I have a rating for all 3.
Okay, so let's just give her a rating of number 1. What was your rating for number 1?
I would say, because I'm just top of the head.
Unless you had more to say on it, I'm sorry.
I don't think so. I think I'd give that one 4 stars and 3. I don't know. See, this one's a short movie, so it's highly entertaining, and it might clock in at an hour and 35 minutes, which. That's right up my alley. Maybe 5 buckets of popcorn, honestly.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at 5 buckets of popcorn. I know you're not doing half stars anymore, but I give this 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
Again, amazing writing, amazing character development. Mm-hmm. It's just such a joy to watch. You're never bored in the movie. They're toys. They, it seems like a silly concept, but when you're watching, you're just like, it's just fun to watch, and the voice acting is a huge part of that.
It all kind of comes together. The voice acting, the writing, and the sophisticated animation. Yeah, you can see why this was a massive hit. And a one that I didn't see clearly, but one that has really stood the test of time. I mean, I watched this thing for the first time, not today, but just maybe a week ago, and fantastic.
Yeah. Well, great. I'm glad you like that.
Unexpectedly fantastic.
So we get on to Toy Story 2.
We sure do.
There's a dog involved. There's there's a video game involved, which is what the film starts with.
Right.
As a video game, Buzz is going through this obstacle course, and he's trying to find Emperor Zurg. and then he gets shot. It's like, what? Half of his body is gone, and just Rex playing a video game. Anyways,
now, right away,
what were you going to say?
Well, no, just to piggyback on that is that the first one was 95, this is 99, and it basically, as the movies go, we show really the evolution of technology, because they didn't do this in the first one. So this was sort of the introductions of the films get more elaborate and more like filmmaking.
Definitely.
You know? And I'm assuming the opening of number 4 is going to be even more elaborate than the third.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah,
because the first one is just Andy playing with the toys, and just pretending, and then the second one is just a full-on video game with Buzz Lightyear. So the second movie, I came up with themes for each one. The second one I have is identity. For the second one, that's my theme for this.
Oh, good one.
And we're gonna obviously talk about that.
Yeah, I mean the premise here is essentially that they're having a yard sale and they're kind of getting rid of some broken toys or just stuff that we want to sell. Woody accidentally gets put out into the yard sale. Yeah, and Newman steals him.
Yep, Newman. Yep, Wayne Knight. Yeah, because Andy was going to take him to cowboy camp, but right before he was leaving, he gets his arm ripped. So his cotton's coming out. It's like, he's got to leave him, and then he's up there on the shelf with the penguin toy, who has a broken squeaker, and then he's the one that gets grabbed. And then Woody's like, no, we got to save him, and then Woody goes down with, is it Baxter is the dog's name? I don't remember the dog's name, but he basically uses the dog as like his horse or whatever, whistles for him and stuff.
Hilarious.
And he goes down to save the penguin, and that's how he ends up in the yard sale. But yeah, he gets stolen by Newman. You were right. Which is I think a great addition to
definitely.
this. Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of Mrs. Potato Head is.
Mrs. Potato Head is in this.
From Seinfeld.
Yep.
Estelle something.
Yeah.
Georgie! That's all I hear.
Because, in the first one, Mr. Potato Head keeps saying, Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head. And he finally gets one on Christmas right before they get the dog. So, but that was a great addition as well. And then, basically the Newman character wants him because he completes the set. Woody is part of this whole thing. We find out Woody's backstory in this movie. Yeah.
He was a famous TV star.
Yeah. Kind of like Howdy Doody, type thing.
I remember my dad. I guess my dad knew Howdy Doody from his childhood.
Yeah.
He had some videos of it and tried to get me to watch it. And I was like, no.
I was always creeped out by it.
Not translating.
Yeah. Yeah, Howdy Doody creeps me out big time. But this is where here, he finds out his identity. This is who he is. And at first he's reluctant about it, but then he's like, you know what? No, I wanna be a part of this, because he runs into Jesse, Stinky Pete, and Bullseye, which are all part of the show.
I love Bullseye so much.
Yeah, he's fun.
Perfect. He's like a horse dog, which is great. Yeah. But I will say, just from the outset here, this is my least favorite of the three.
I think so too. Yeah, it's hard for me to judge it, because two I've grown to like as the years go on. Again, because I watch these movies constantly because of the kids.
Yeah.
So
I don't think the
two I've grown to like more. But I would agree with you. Like years ago, I think that was my thoughts on it. But
the Stinky Pete character,
2 has grown on me.
All right, Stinky Pete, I don't care.
Frasier.
Yeah,
Newman, Frasier.
There you go. I don't think the casting of Joan Cusack was really good here either.
No.
I'm not a fan of her.
She was obnoxious when I first saw it, and when I was a kid.
Right,
but
she's just kind of like.
I can get that. Yeah, she grew on me as the more I watched it. But
also, I don't get, now that I'm criticizing now, I don't get their basic argument here. I'd rather be in a display than
in storage.
Right. What's the difference? I'm in a case. Why is that any better?
Because then you're being admired by people, maybe.
I guess, but
kind of like being played with.
I can't move. I'd rather be. To me, I'm thinking about like the attic. Is that one where they're going in the attic?
No, the third one is.
But the attic, just by comparison, the attic deal isn't bad because I got the whole run of the attic. No one's coming up there, but every couple of months.
Walk around and
yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
it's a strange concept here. We can just we can do what we want. Well, obviously it's fiction, but
right.
What would be better for a toy? I mean, you don't want when Wayne Knight puts Wayne Knight. I don't know whatever Newman whatever.
Wayne Knight's isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know the actual character's name. Oh, Big Al or
Big Al, yeah. When guy in the chicken suit.
When he puts him in that display case, that seems miserable to me. I'd almost rather just be almost in a box.
Right. Yeah.
You can't move out of that.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I love the. No, you're totally right. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Like, yeah, why would you want to be there? I like how they show Jessie's reasons for that because she had an owner and that kind of abandoned her. Yeah. Where you get that Sarah McLachlan song. Did you stick around for that?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
You got to stick around for that. That'll make you cry.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, they have a bond with their owners, and then they either get tossed aside or forgotten,
right?
Or whatever. This is a big. These toys have. They're very sensitive.
Yeah, they are. I don't want to go back into storage. But I love when Woody's, looking around at all the stuff he has. He's on a record player. He's on a lunchbox. He's
so proud of himself.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel for this character. I'm happy for him.
You're right. Yeah, it's just like, okay, this is where Woody came from. He never knew this, and we're finding it out as an audience too, which is great. One of the most satisfying scenes in this movie for me, though, is when he's getting fixed, when he's sewing his arm and painting over Andy and stuff. Something about that scene, it's just like it's so satisfying because you see him getting all cleaned up and stuff.
Back to his pristine, his like original form.
Yeah, definitely.
He feels so good.
Yeah,
after that.
But little does he know, he's got his friends back home who are now looking for him. They go off on an adventure of their own. So you got like kind of two separate stories here, coinciding with each other. You got Buzz leading a team of people to, save Woody. And Woody's there now bonding with these people, learning who Jesse is, who Stinky Pete is, Bullseye and everything. But you got, he's kind of forgetting about these friends who are kind of risking themselves to go and save him.
It's pretty great because in the first book or books,
it's book. Yeah, I love these novels back in the 50s. They're great.
In the first movie, Woody has to go save Buzz, but then
now it's kind of the other way around.
The turntables.
Yeah, all the turntables.
It's sort of the opposite, and he's kind of happy with his life, and he doesn't know that this whole crew is coming after him. Meanwhile, was it Zurg, who's also been activated?
Emperor Zurg, because they end up in Big Al's store,
right?
Which is great.
And you see all the other Buzzes.
Yep, yeah.
And the real Buzz gets trapped
by the Buzz with the belt.
He never gets the new utility belt, does he?
No, but I think that was just kind of like a device just so we could tell the difference between who's who.
Yeah. Curious what that does.
It makes a big bubble around him so he could float.
Oh,
that's what we see in the video game at the beginning.
Right. Okay. Good call there. So Buzz needs that.
Yeah, he very much needs that.
Gotta get him
David.
a utility belt.
He definitely needs that utility belt. But yeah, I mean that's it's just to tell the difference. But yeah, it's you got Zurg who escapes from the toy store and everything. Where are we?
Well, I think that's the problem with this movie is that it doesn't really.
I can see why it's your least favorite.
Nothing really connects here. I mean, they save him and then they end up on that. There's Newman running around frantically yelling at people on the phone, and he's in this huge rush, and he's got to go to Japan, but he's got to ship other stuff, but he needs to What is? I don't even.
Yeah, why does he need to ship them? Why doesn't he
Overnight? Why not just bring it as your luggage?
Yeah, exactly. Bring it as your carry-on.
So why not just ship it and not go?
Because, Dave, then we wouldn't have the sequence in the luggage area, the conveyor belts.
Yeah. That's. I mean, it feels that. I mean, it feels like that's the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, but then
now
you
I'm
get
liking it less.
No, I mean that's your opinion to have.
I mean, from the point that they find Woody, which is about 45 to an hour in, I mean that's essentially the movie, and then it's just chase scenes.
Yeah, it's chase scenes, but then I like how it turns from a reluctant Woody to wanting to go with him, and then saying like, "No, come with me," and then Stinky Pete coming out of his box and locking the vent so the toys can't come back in.
That was a terrifying reveal there.
Yeah, so scary. Oh my god.
I think Stinky Pete's my least favorite character.
You just don't like Kelsey Grammer.
I like Kelsey Grammer.
Really? Are you a Frasier guy?
No, but I got no problem with Kelsey Grammer.
You're a Cheers guy.
I am.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's where Frasier came from.
He's great. Now that was
he is great.
I got rid of Netflix.
Get out of town.
I'm out. I'm gone. Well, you got to prioritize. I think I told you this.
Well, it's like $17 a month now.
It is, and I even upgraded for the 4K, which is only a few.
Do you have a 4K TV?
I do.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, I'm not that stupid.
Well, tangent.
Are you?
That's tangent.
Stupid? Okay.
I remember back in like 2007, 2008. My dad thought because he had an HD TV that everything was in HD, but you pointed out how you need an HD DVR box in order for it to be HD.
So that was me?
Yeah, that was you. And then he was like, what?
Well, you're asking the wrong... Yeah, so of all people,
right.
I know.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, I distinctly remember that, that you know that you should
proper
do.
signal to send to your TV, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, actually, well, I have a Roku, and yes, my Roku does 4K.
Well, good for you, man.
Thanks. But I got rid of it, because I told you I had nothing, no kind of... Now I have YouTube TV as basically my cable. And we have... Why am I talking about this? But we have...
It's all right.
I have Hulu.
Yeah.
The basic Hulu, which comes with my Spotify subscription.
Right.
And Amazon Prime. So that's what I have. So no Netflix.
Yeah, because I have Amazon Prime and Netflix. So
I was... Like, Netflix is like a crutch, I feel like.
Does Amazon Prime have The Office?
No, but at least for me on my YouTube TV, I just record it, and I have unlimited storage, and I think I have.
You can record things?
Yeah, it's basically a cable subscription on an app.
Interesting,
and you have unlimited DVR,
so it has times of when things will be playing and stuff. Oh, okay.
So, like for example, The Office, I said it's just a thing where I click Add to Library, and it records every time The Office comes on, and I have maybe. I don't know. Wow, there's 9 seasons. I probably have like 6 seasons now. I think Star Trek: The Next Generation I've been recording. I think I have every single episode.
Oh wow!
Now. Yeah,
I didn't realize you could do that. And interesting.
And I found that with Netflix that I would just go on it and I'm like, there's just a lot of shit.
Yeah,
and
it's so convoluted now, and it's just like. There's so much there. It's like, what do I watch? You know, I don't really care anymore. And plus, I'm probably gonna get the Disney Plus when it comes out in October or November.
What's going to be on that?
Mandalorian. Oh, I mean, that's my main thing.
They're screwing us now.
I know. And then they're gonna have Marvel shows like the Loki show and Vision and stuff like that. So
eventually, we'll all just be back on Comcast.
Or something. That's true. That's what it'll be. That's what it's gonna be. Anyway, so Woody. So again, identity is the main theme of this movie for me, just because he's reluctant at first, and then he's on board, and then he tells Jesse, let's go, and then when Buzz is like, are you gonna come with us? And then Woody's like, no, I'm sorry, and then he leaves. And then he hears the song "You Got a Friend in Me" playing on the TV, and he's just like, "No, this is where I belong," And he scrapes off the paint and sees Andy's name there. He's just like, "No, just because this is where I came from doesn't mean this is what I have to identify with." You know?
Great call, and it's a real dilemma for him. And it's that trade-off between my bond with Andy and all the other toys in this life I have versus being a star, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's really what it's about. Yeah, do you identify as a star?
I'm worth something.
Right, yeah.
We never really find out how much money it's worth, but it seems like it's a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't think even Andy or the family knows the extent to how much Woody's worth. Do you?
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's just a family toy, and that's...
My guess is, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000. I mean, I feel like it's substantial enough for a guy to fly to Japan and do all that, right? I mean, it's got to be. It's not 500.
The theory online has been that Andy's mom was actually the owner of Jessie, and that's why he has a cowboy hat and stuff from her and stuff, and that's why she got Woody and stuff. It's just a theory online. It's never been, confirmed or anything, but it's an interesting thing.
Any theories on how much they're worth?
I don't know. No, I mean, I'm sure.
What's your rough guess? I'm saying like 10 or 20,000.
Oh yeah, it's got to be at least
more than
that.
Yeah. Or for the set, is it like $100,000 or something crazy?
That
well, can't be that much.
Because when he hears a figure on the phone, he says, "Is that in yen?" And then he finds out it's an American dollar. So yeah, it's got. I mean, it can't be millions. I wouldn't say, but
could it? I don't know.
What
if they're the only set there is?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a bastard, though.
Yeah, it's true. He really is. But I love the little Easter eggs they throw in there. Buzz, the Buzz with the belt. How do they tell the difference?
Yeah.
And he opens up the, his helmet or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I can't breathe." And he's like, "Oh, okay, we know what the real Buzz is."
Yeah.
Like they got funny moments in there.
Even Zurg with being the father.
Yeah.
Even that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
Even though it's lame.
Yeah.
I still liked it.
A Star Wars Easter egg or whatever. But
there's a lot of little references here and there.
Definitely.
Even in the first one, I noticed. I mentioned the alien one.
Right.
When they were in the neighbor's kid's house and the carpet, it looks like the Shining carpet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That.
Oh, nice. Number 2, I didn't like it as much as the first one, but still, it had a lot of cool themes and good moments.
What's your rating on this?
It's my rating.
Sorry.
That's all right. I guess, so the first one I gave 4.5 stars. This I give 4 stars still.
Wow.
And 5 buckets of popcorn.
I think I'm going to downgrade my initial thought. I'm going to say 2 stars and 3 buckets of popcorn. Because the one thing I do notice is that they get longer as they go along. Although I noticed Toy Story 4, I think it's only going to be an hour and a half again. But, I don't think this is a great story. I don't like the introduction of the new characters, that's kind of critical to me.
Okay.
And I liked where they expanded the world that the toys lived in. And all that. Oh, there's another humor part where Newman lives in this apartment thing, and he's like, "I drive all the way to work on a Saturday," and it's literally across the street.
It's right across the street. Yeah, that was
funny.
There's
good fun.
It's just really good fun. It's only 2 stars for this, huh?
That's it. Yeah,
really.
Not a big fan of. If this would have been a standalone,
I
don't think I would have liked it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking I'm judging it fairly. So.
Okay. All right. I mean, I appreciate you giving us
It's a bit of a letdown.
I appreciate you giving us your wrong opinion.
Right.
So I appreciate that.
I've got plenty of wrong opinions for you, buddy.
So we get into number 3, which is like 11 years later.
Yeah. And we open to a crazy, extravagant, well-deserving of a long, what do we call this? Not a reboot, just a long sequel.
Yeah.
Coming back, as you said, 11 years later to this really elaborate set piece kind of a thing, this Old West kind of a deal. It's a good 5-6 minutes, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's great.
It's so fun.
Yeah, we get the evolution of animation and animated filmmaking just on display to the characters that you've always loved.
Yep, and it's a callback to the first one. You got One-Eyed Bart is Mr. Potato Head on top of the train, but in the first one it was just Andy playing with them. He's robbing a bank or whatever. But yeah, just like you said, extravagant long set piece of this old Western, which is just great. You got Woody coming to save the day with Jesse and Bullseye. So they're being brought back, and then the train starts to go off the edge, and then you got Buzz saving them. That's how he gets involved, and you got it. Just
let's see, like the certain ones you like, they play the villain, and then it comes back, and what is it? Wow, I can't believe we really didn't get into this in the first two. It's Andy playing.
Right.
It's a flashback.
Yeah, it's essentially a flashback.
And, this movie is about the imagination of kids and play with limited things you have, not with electronics. It's physically playing.
Yeah, it's bringing back the imagination, of things. And this is, when we played with toys as a kid, this is what we imagined,
Absolutely. I had my dinosaur figures. I would turn the lights down and play, and I was like little Andy.
Right, yeah. And so it's so cool that how they were able to encapsulate, kind of the imagination of a child,
They're playing that role.
Right.
And it's funny because later on in that movie, as Woody meets the new, I forget what this is, in the other house, where they're like, one of the guys, he considers himself like a thespian, I'm a classically trained actor.
William Hurt, I think, was the actor.
You did such a great job. It is wonder, like, what are you really doing? You're not really doing anything. But it's so, they take their position seriously.
Right,
it's endearing.
Definitely. Yeah, it's so great. So I love the fact that they showed kind of inside the imagination and everything. So to get into the Toy Story 3, I mean, my theme for this one is kind of letting go. That's kind of the theme I have for this one.
Yeah, it's for everybody.
Yeah,
this theme applies. That's a great choice.
Yeah,
because it applies to Andy and all the toys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Growing up.
Yeah, growing up, because I mean, right away. I mean, so they do that imagination scene, and then it's just a home video or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we realize that Andy is grown up now.
Nice way, as I mentioned at the top, of doing the story linearly, but still taking you explaining, what's
right. Yeah.
This is how they used to play, and yet, oh wow, here we are in 2010.
Yeah.
We've moved along.
Especially with a long hiatus like that. We need to be brought back to when he was a kid, and then, okay, let's fast forward. Let's see what happened now.
Just a great choice.
Yeah.
This is filmmaking.
Yeah, absolutely. You even have them grabbing his cell phone and bringing it into the toy box.
Oh, this little scheme to get him.
Because they're like,
we want you, Andy.
Yeah.
And he's so busy. He's 17, 18.
Right.
He's got his own little life now.
Yeah.
And they'll do anything to get his attention.
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
And his mom comes in, tells him, anything that's left here, I'm throwing out. So he puts things in a garbage bag. It gets confused with real garbage.
He's a little bit too busy to be bothered. He's just in that
college
stage.
kid. Yeah, exactly.
Although, I will say, the one thing he wants to take Woody to college, it's kind of a weird kid to take your cowboy toy to college.
Right?
Good luck with that move.
Yeah, that's you're not gonna
way to single yourself out as the weirdo.
You're not gonna be tying any ties on the doorknob outside,
Have you seen my toy Woody? He's the best.
I grew up with him. We played lots of cowboys and Indians, and actually cowboys and astronauts, because Buzz Lightyear. I would have brought Buzz, but I just wasn't feeling it today.
My mom said I could only bring one toy.
But yeah, it's
we hate it. No, we don't.
Yeah, no, not at all. Fun fact: it also is the same voice actor as Andy that they brought back for for this movie.
Great.
And
okay, more fun facts.
More fun facts. The garbage man who picks up the garbage is like listening to music and stuff. And he's going, singing along to the music. He's picking up the garbage.
Yeah.
If you notice, he has a skull T-shirt. That's supposed to be Sid.
Oh, grown up, yeah.
Of course he would become a garbage man.
Makes sense. He was a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Now he cleans pieces of garbage.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I thought it was a good device to use to get the toys in the garbage bag, and to have does Woody save them? No, Woody doesn't save them. I'm drawing a blank here, but they use Rex's tail to, I think, poke a hole in the garbage
Yeah,
bag.
they do. Yeah, it's mad scramble. It's funny
Yeah.
because then they're all under the recycling bin.
Yeah.
Like, running out.
Right.
When he sees them, because he's trying to go save them. Yeah, they
Right,
sort of
yeah.
save themselves,
Yeah.
but then end up in the car.
Yeah, in the
which
car.
is going to the daycare center where they do donations for
Mm-hmm.
It's the kids are too old for the daycare, but because they used to go there, they will occasionally donate stuff.
Right.
And
Exactly.
there they go, and they know that Andy is leaving, so they're like, they think that they were going to get thrown out, but Andy was really putting them in the attic, which I thought would have been a pretty nice life.
Right, yeah.
Nice retirement. Retire up in the attic.
Yeah, because Woody knows the true story. He knows that Andy was just putting you in the attic.
Yeah, they feel like
and
they've been betrayed.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
so
so
like,
touchy.
I
man.
know. It's like, relax. Just can't you trust Woody by this point?
No, you can't. It's only been 20 years.
You're the one that was chosen. You're the one that was chosen to go. So no, we don't believe you.
I know, right? They should. And
Yeah.
so, and here we go. But they're like, this is our chance for a better life. We can get played. And I guess that's really the fundament. I mean, they don't think in terms of human. I mean, of course, they're toys, but this is all absurd. But
They're all toys, Dave.
well, the
they-
thing they want most is to be played with. By a
And
kid.
to be played with and loved by a
Loved.
kid. Yeah.
That's it
Yep.
for them. That is literally their purpose
Yeah.
in life. Aside from even all the stuff they do when the humans are gone.
Right. So they end up in the box and get brought to this daycare / preschool, and get this warm welcome from Lotso Huggin' Bear
What a
and all
nice
the
guy.
toys there. He's so great. Actually smells like strawberries.
Who doesn't like that?
I do.
Played by
I
Ned
sure like
Beatty.
it. Ned Beatty, yeah, from Superman.
Yeah.
Um,
And a million other things.
yes, of course.
Michael Keaton comes in as Ken.
Ken, I love Ken in this movie. He's so hilarious. And so they get this warm welcome, and then they have to. It's just funny because they get this warm welcome, and then they're like, okay, kids are about to play with us, and they all become inanimate objects again, and then these terrible preschoolers just come in.
It's a
and
nightmare.
using Jesse's hair to paint stuff on. They're
They're like genocidal maniacs.
They really are. They're doing stuff with Mr. Potato Head, and they're just like, you can tell why Lotso wanted them in that room.
Right. You've got like the younger kids are just absolute terrors, and then the older kids where they they're combing the hair of the doll, they're cuddling and caressing and treating all these toys with the utmost respect. And you're in the shit here.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Woody, decided to leave. He was like telling the guys, no, we got to go back to Andy. Andy is our owner.
So I'd say this is a much more intricate plot.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they tried to step this up quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know to the degree of success. I'd say this is certainly better than number 2. Can't say this is I mean, I don't know to spoil here, but I wonder are they trying to get, this is really my point, are they trying to get a little too intricate with things?
Maybe.
Or not? I mean, does it all work for you?
I mean, it works for me. I mean, it's. What are the intricacies?
Well, I just we got this character wants this, and we got to do this like a caper thing, and I'm sneaking around here, and we're kind of doing all this stuff in the daycare, and you got this character who needs to do that. I just wonder if it gets a little bit too complicated for animation. Because like the classic, the original, it's a pretty simple, straightforward story. It's not about. It's not about the mechanisms to get what I want to do. It's not about sneaking up into the vending machine kind of a thing.
Right,
or how I get from point A to point B, which is interesting. But I feel like they spend a lot of time on, we're showing off how we've progressed animation-wise.
Yeah, instead
versus
of
just hitting
worrying about the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, this story's great. But yeah, now that you bring that up, I think that's true.
I'm just curious. I mean, I still love.
I think it's more for just entertainment value. I think it works.
So I'm digging too deep there.
Yeah, Yeah, you are. Okay. I think so. I mean, if you feel that way,
I still enjoyed
that's
it.
fine. Yeah, I mean,
I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah,
but sometimes it felt a little self-indulgent, I guess I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little much. I mean, you got the change in Buzz where they change him to demo mode, and he becomes this. And this is the callback to Cool Hand Luke.
Yes.
When he's got them all trapped, he says, "If you do this, you stay in you spend a night in the box." You know, and that's. I saw this movie obviously before I saw Cool Hand Luke, and and then when they did that in Cool Hand Luke, I was like, "Oh my god, that's from Toy Story."
That was great. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, they do the whole thing with Buzz and everything, and then he becomes Spanish. I forget how.
Well, they put him on from demo mode to play, or play to demo mode.
Play to demo. But then he turns into Spanish, I think, when he tries to save Jesse.
They push the reset button for too long, or they're supposed to do it for 5 seconds, and then they don't let go.
Oh,
and then
right.
It puts it into Spanish.
Yeah.
I thought that was entertaining.
Yeah.
But it kind of went a little too long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I like it because I mean you get Woody, Bonnie picks him up because Woody was trying to escape, and Bonnie picks him up, brings him there, and he meets new toys there.
Yeah.
So we get introduced to new characters, which I think were a nice touch. Like you said, the thespian, and then the unicorn played by James I forget what his name. He's from Goldberg's, and
Jeff Garland.
Yeah, Jeff Garland. Thank you. From
he's a Porcupine?
Larry David one. The Curb Your Enthusiasm. Thank you. And Arrested Development.
Hi.
Yeah. No, he was the unicorn. Or whatever. But yeah,
I like that little bit though.
Yeah, that was good. But then that's when we get the backstory of Lotso. Lotso kind of had a similar story to what Jesse had. A owner. Moved on and abandoned him in a way.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, but he took
pushing it though. I think.
You think so?
Wise, just pushing it a little bit.
How so?
Well, I mean.
No, I don't. I'm not challenging you. I just am curious.
Maybe because I feel like I heard the same thing in number 2 and number 3 is. I mean, what are you guys getting so mad about? Like, are you really gonna?
Well, what if you got lost?
Yeah.
For years, you come back. You look in the window of your wife's house, and it's a clone of you.
I get it, but yes. But in this, it's a one-way relationship where the humans, none of them know the extent that these toys love them. So
that's the dilemma the toys have. That's the
right.
I
mean, they know that, but they don't know that the toys are sentient or whatever. So
that's true.
They get it's like placing blame on someone where they can't really rectify it because they don't know the situation.
Right.
So Lotso goes nuts where it's like, dude, I mean, the girl didn't know. She just got all she knows. She got another purple bear. You're gonna go genocidal on everybody,
right?
Go crazy because
throw people in the trash compactor.
We go a little far here.
But it gives Woody incentive to save his friends because he knows, they're in trouble. Yes. No, I get what you're saying, but it's a kid movie about toys that come to life when the kids are not around.
Those are great points. How about the creepy baby with the crooked eyes?
Oh, that's definitely creepy.
Don't like her at all. Or I don't assume it's a her. But.
Yeah, because the baby wanted to go back because they got lost with Lotso too, and he's like, she doesn't want you anymore.
What about Ken?
I love Ken.
Yeah.
I love Michael Keaton as Ken. I love the whole him and Barbie storyline. That's great.
He gets a 3-story mansion. That's a great deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to be Ken?
Things here could be cool and groovy, man. Yeah, I love that stuff, man.
It's its own house.
Love that stuff, and then love how. What do you think about the monkey?
Hate monkeys.
Oh,
don't like monkeys.
That thing was creepy.
Didn't like it.
Yeah. Their escape where the Potato Head, I guess, can just take any form.
Yeah, and I also like where you can leave an eye, like in San Francisco, and I can be in New York, and I can still know what's going on in San Francisco.
And he's looking for us.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
It was great. Then he becomes a tortilla, and he's kind of
he's a tortilla. Like I said, he can become any object apparently. So you got fun little moments in this movie, but it's essentially about Woody trying to save them. Yeah, and because he's trying to get back to Andy, but that's not the point. Again, the theme is letting go. And they're about to let go. They eventually all get put in this garbage dump, and they're about to get incinerated. Go ahead.
Now I'm just thinking. Now it's not really about play. It's about love and care,
right?
Because they thought they were mistaken, thinking we're going to go to this place and it's going to be great because we're going to get played with, but they weren't loved.
Right.
What they really need to be is cared for, like what they eventually get at the end of the movie.
Right.
So they all sort of have to learn that.
That's true.
Lesson. Yeah. It's just, they're sort of, the problem is they're sort of powerless to see where they're going to get that care and love from.
Right. And that's where, Bonnie comes in, obviously. That's when they have to let go of Andy, and that's when Andy realizes, too, he has to let go, you know? And that's when he, gives the toys. But, that moment when they're about to go in the incinerator and they're all holding hands, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, definitely.
That's just like,
it's tense.
Are you kidding me?
It's great. It's friendship.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And then you got the aliens coming in to save the day with the claw, just from the first one, they grab him with the claw.
Lotso, that son of a bitch, he was going to go turn off the button, and he decides out, I'm just going to let you die.
But then he ends up on a semi-truck in the front, right?
That was hilarious. Yeah. Well, yeah, and then, perfect.
Yeah.
With, I guess, the kid, right? Is that the same kid or no?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I didn't realize.
He ties them to the front of his grill.
And the other, Sid, that son of a bitch.
I know. The other three are like laughing at Lotso.
Right.
Better close your eyes and your mouth for this.
But yeah, that moment when they're all holding hands and stuff, they're like, "This is the end. This is it." So yeah, great moment.
They're like,
there.
we're gonna die.
Yep.
And I want to be holding your hand.
Yep.
This is what it's gonna be.
Exactly.
It was pretty emotional.
And then this is when they realize, we're going to have to write a note for Andy to tell him to take him to Bonnie's house because this is, Andy's got to move on and you're going to move on. So Andy starts passing out these toys to Bonnie, and then eventually gets to Woody. He's reluctant to give it to her. And this is, one of the emotional parts of Toy Story.
Definitely.
It's, it's them saying goodbye to Andy. And Andy gives, they're playing together. Bonnie, is happy with everything. And then, when Andy drives away, you get Woody saying, "So long, partner." I love that line. The way Tom Hanks delivers that, it's just so great.
I agree.
It's just so emotional, and it's just like this is it. This is them letting go. As I said, the theme of this movie is just Andy letting go. It's them realizing they need to let go and move on to someone that will love them. So,
it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's why I think you focusing on the intricacies was
it's just minor criticism.
No, I know. I'm not. I'm just teasing.
But in total, I think this one almost gets to the level of the first one. Certainly better than the second.
Yeah,
it's a better story and certainly a fantastic ending.
Yeah, definitely.
Felt like they made this thinking that would be the last.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, we're still making a lot of money here at Disney. I think we could make another one." And
hey, it was 11 between 2 and 3. Yeah, we're 9 between 3 and 4. Let's just pump out another, right?
Yeah. What difference does it make? It's, Toy Story 3 just it makes me look forward to Toy Story 4.
And the Toy Story trilogy. Yeah, and I finally got off my stupid ass and watched them all.
About time.
Yeah, I saw them all within 2 days.
Wow, that's insane. How would you rate Toy Story 3?
I would give this one 4 stars in 3 buckets. I felt this one ran a little bit long and got a little indulgent, but still very enjoyable.
I think you were excited to watch the first one, and then the second one, you were like, "Oh wow, I'm watching a second Toy Story movie within a day. Oh, let's just get this over with." So I think that's why your popcorn ratings are failing. But
you don't know what you're not a mind reader.
I'm pretty sure I am. Okay. I give Toy Story 3 4 stars. I give it 5. I give all 3 of these movies 5 buckets of popcorn.
Wow.
I think they're just so highly entertaining and just a treat to watch.
I agree.
They're just a joy to watch.
I think as a trilogy as a whole, I'm 4 and 4.
Yeah,
as just a
package.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with Toy Story 4. But good quality. No, not good quality. Great quality and great entertainment value.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the third one is the longest, maybe an hour and 45 or something, which really isn't that bad. And I think number 4 is only an hour and 30.
Yeah.
So great, perfect.
You'll be fine, and Keanu Reeves is in it.
Oh, well, that's all I needed to hear.
There you go. So are you glad you have seen Toy Story?
I am,
now?
and now I don't have the shame and embarrassment of not having seen these movies.
All right. See you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Follow us on Twitter. We didn't say at the beginning of the show. Please review us on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. Rate it.
Yeah.
We haven't said that in a while on the show, but please just rate us on iTunes.
It makes a big difference for just a lot of stuff, and just appreciate it if you could take just a little bit of time out of your day just to say how amazing we are. And Ben wants you to write like 5 paragraphs.
Yeah, if you could.
Yes, if you can.
Yeah. But write us on Twitter too, at Blockbuster Cast. Just let us know. Talk to us. Let us.
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
If you listen to this episode, please tweet us at Blockbuster Cast.
That'd
please.
be amazing.
We want to know who's listening. Dave is at Dave_Quist.
Ben is at BC Court.
So change, identity, letting go. Those are the 3 themes of Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. My accent is changing. Dave.
Amazing.
You want to end the show now?
Let's end the show.
Oh,
Ben,
let's just
can we?
end
I
this.
just want to end this.
Fine. We'll end the show. All right, for Dave, I'm Ben, and as always, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks, and we'll catch you guys